What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another Saturday live show with the Adaptive Athlete Podcast. We've got Shelby Holloway watching us, which I'm excited about. We're going to have a few other people hopping in for sure to watch this show today, guys. I'm excited to be here today. We've got Tim Murray joining us to talk a little bit about his experience testing some of these workouts and what he's going to be doing at the Adaptive CrossFit Games, all that kind of stuff. We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about the workouts that have been released so far. We're going to put them up. We're going to talk about that stuff. And we're going to talk about more than just CrossFit, too. Tim's an interesting dude. He's got a lot of stuff going on. So I'm excited to hear more about his story as well through this conversation as we just build up momentum towards the CrossFit Games. This is a really kind of exciting time of year. I remember as an athlete, it was a scary time of year because you're like, oh my gosh, should I prepare enough? Am I ready to go? All that kind of thing. But now being retired, I'm like, oh, this is the best time of year ever. I'm just waiting for my trip to San Jose, and this is going to be so much fun to see all my friends and all that kind of stuff. So guys, without further ado, we're going to bring in Tim Murray. And if you're watching, just comment in the chat. Let me know that you're here. And Tim, welcome to the podcast, my man.
All right, thanks for having me, Matt. Appreciate
Yeah,
it.
you're welcome, dude. I've wanted to get you on for a long time. It's excited to have you here.
I'm glad to be here.
Yeah.
Perfect.
How's your morning going? You were telling me you coached 2 classes today.
Yeah, so we have like Saturday classes, like one's like a regular class, and then with the others like a free community class trying to get everybody involved. Um, so I got to jump in, join those two classes, and it was a good time. It was a lot for morning. It's been a long first time I've woken up that early on a Saturday in a long time, so it took
Nice.
a bit to get moving.
Yeah. I definitely had one of those Saturdays where I just couldn't sleep in. I was up at 5:30. I'm normally up at like 5:30 most mornings, and with kids and everything like that, which you're going to get to experience pretty soon, you lose the ability to sleep in. And
Yeah.
so that muscle memory just gets lost. But that's cool. So you were coaching a couple of classes today. What's coaching like for you? And we can talk about it a little bit later too, but what's it like coaching as an adaptive athlete?
Um, it's what's nice is having the experience. So, you get that respect from that point of like, being at the games, being that far,
Yeah.
competing as against, top elite people in the world. But, still a little bit of a learning curve, like seeing what
Hmm.
people know, like what happened. Like the biggest thing, kind of feedback I've been getting is that like, the way I do things are a little different than the way everybody else sees it. So like,
Mm.
let's say like an air squat, for instance, just go super basic. An air squat, like the way my movement is, I think since it's a shorter range of motion, they kind of are like, well, as a newer person, I didn't really see it very well, but the more experienced I get, I understand where he's coming from. So it's like kind of taking some things from that and, just using it, taking
Yeah.
it and getting better.
Awesome. Awesome. I love that, Tim. We've got some really cool people joining us watching the show. We got the Fluffy Athlete, Kyle King, and Lance King are
Nice.
watching, and they just commented to say that Lance is actually in between a Special Olympics softball game that
Okay.
they're listening to this in between a game. And
Nice.
then we've got Sarah Perry, Leslie Manning, Vince Ogar, which I believe is Kevin's dad watching the show, which is phenomenal.
Okay. It's awesome.
So many fun people watching, which is
That's
super,
awesome.
super cool. I'm going to check on one other thing while we kind of continue talking. Okay, so coach, this point, let's do this. Let's hop right into the thing that I think everybody wants to hear about, which is the recent workout release.
Okay.
So, have you seen Shark Tank? Have you seen it?
I've seen it, but I haven't like if it like fully studied it. I saw it like as I was getting into my car or leaving the gym. So I know
All
it's
right.
like echo bike and thruster increasing reps,
Yep. It's like a 9 minute
10 minute
AMRAP, and
and
you
nine
just go
minute.
as long as you want to go.
Yeah, I would say
You
that's
just,
a lot.
that's insane.
Like especially depending on how efficient you are on the echo bike, like that could either be that's going to be your make or break, really.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yep. And that thruster load is heavy, like deceptively
yeah,
heavy.
yeah. I mean, I think ours is, I think 75/50. I think it's 75/55.
Okay.
I'll have to double check and make sure, but I'm pretty sure it's 75/55, which, something depending on the day, I either train with that or that's like, my easy weight type of deal.
Here's
Like
your,
sometimes.
yeah, here's yours. It is, yeah, 75 pounds.
Yeah,
So you
I
were
can.
saying what kind of a loading is that for you?
It's like a moderate, like depend like for a thruster, it's can like I mean short legs, short arms, like there's really not
Mhm.
much movement, not much to go with there, but like just that overhead movement still is like takes a lot out of you. But
Yeah.
I'll usually try and do thrusters at 95 or so, just
Okay.
depending on that type of workout's probably able-bodied. Let's say they'd probably be like at 135, 155 RX weight, what I would say.
Dude, I was so surprised by that actually. Like, so standing diagnosed, which is usually what I think of as like the RX sort of in adaptive, is not that they're not adaptive, but just more of like, it's kind of like that starting
Like,
point
yeah.
that you could base off of. They start at 135 and then Neuro Minor does 135 as well. There's actually no difference between the two
Oh, wow.
workouts. Yeah, I would have
Okay.
thought it would have been 155 for
Yeah.
standing diagnosed, which is interesting.
Okay. I mean, that's
So,
like you said though. It's a heavy weight and then you pair it with the Echo bike. Like,
yeah.
it's a lot.
And if you're doing an echo bike, Tim, you're standing in front of that bike, right? And pulling
Yep.
on the handles.
Pulling on the
Jeez.
handles.
So
That's
your arms don't get a break.
no, it's all upper body for us, which
All right.
is just brutal.
Here's a question I've got for you as a short stature athlete, because I had John Falkenberg on
Okay.
the show as a short stature athlete, but I think he's the only one I've had on the show. What is that fatigue that sets in because your muscles have to be shorter, right? Like, and those ranges, like are they tighter in general?
Um, Honestly, I think the muscles pretty much are almost the same length. It's just
Okay.
they're a little. I mean, I guess I would almost describe them as like a little more loose because they don't have as far to stretch out. So like
Okay.
you don't get the full effect of the whole muscle. So like if I'm doing a bicep curl, yeah, I only have like a couple inches to go, but like that muscle's also not contracting the way it normally would for someone else.
Mm. Okay. Okay. So, because I think John called it's achondroplasia. Is that
Correct. Yep.
what? Okay. And that's just a bone disorder. Is that right? Or is it anywhere?
Yep. That's
Okay.
all bone.
So then, yeah. So you're right. Your muscles then are kind of
The,
like the same length
yep.
that they want to be. That's insane.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
So,
Wow.
and then like the same thing goes with like our spinal cord too, which is like a big thing is like spinal stenosis, that spinal cord column, the
Mm.
gaps where the spinal, like the spine, like the nerves and everything come out is
Hmm.
smaller, but the nerves are still the same size. So
So it's like
like
cramming all that extra
cramming
wiring
all
into a
and yep,
shorter. That's insane.
yep. So
Okay.
that's kind of
Okay.
that's the other thing a lot of people don't understand. And we get a lot of people, like, I think a lot of us are born with spinal stenosis,
Hmm.
but it's just a matter of if that spinal stenosis shows. Like you
Okay.
get the symptoms of the numbness, tingling, going down arms, legs, wherever else.
Wow. Do you have that? Do you have that then when
I
you
do,
work out?
yeah.
Okay.
Not
Yeah.
It's not as much on the workouts, it's more post workout, like when everything
Mm.
starts to, tighten up and you get cooler and it just starts yanking on all the bones.
Okay. Gotcha. Gotcha. We got a couple other people watching with us. Abby Wynn Jones, who was the guest
Oh,
last week, has hopped in. Gabe with the mic has hopped in, said this
all
workout
right.
looks like fun. Josh Robinson from South Africa is watching. Nynancia from Greece, I believe. Nynancia, correct me on that. I think you're from Greece, though, which I love the global reach
Yeah,
of this community. And then Brandon Mance is watching, which
oh,
I think makes me transition to the next thing I want to talk to you about. We're just bouncing all over the place. I feel
that's
like
all
in a
right.
live show, you got to move.
I don't mind.
But
I like it.
it's you're soon to be a dad.
I am. Yeah.
That's so
Next
exciting, man.
month. Next month will be. He'll be born next month.
Okay,
So
that's so awesome. Are you ready for it? How you feeling about it?
I don't know that you're ever ready for it. Like especially your first kid. Like he's my first kid. So we're just trying to get the house together. That's kind of what we're doing today. It's rainy, so it's like the perfect
Hmm.
time to do that. So getting his room ready, painted. My parents came over and helped paint past
Hmm.
couple weeks. So we got the room painted. Now it's just getting everything situated inside there, and
Yeah,
next thing you know, he'll be here before we even know it.
yeah, yeah. Okay, so it's a boy.
No, it's a boy. Yep.
Okay, cool. Can I? I'm going to ask a question here, and you can totally tell me it's off limit, but like, is achondroplasia genetic? Is he going to be predisposed to have achondroplasia?
Yeah, it is. So since Shelby and I both have achondroplasia, he would technically have a 50% chance of getting achondroplasia,
Okay.
a 25% chance of being, we'll call it able-bodied, average height, and then a 25% chance of being double dominant, which is basically like, he's no chance of survival outside of the womb. So
Okay.
we did genetic testing back back in the first trimester and found out that he's going to be average height.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. I was like kind of I'm excited, like don't get me wrong, like I'm very excited because like just the way the world is today, it's a little easier for an average height person to get a regular job and like all that
Mm-hmm.
stuff because they don't have the, you know, what's the word I'm looking for, like, you know, getting looked at just because they have a disability a little
Sure. Sure.
differently. Um, but also like we're excited because I'm a little disappointed because now he can't come and claim my title from me in a couple of years.
Right,
So
but you're gonna so as someone who was born with a disability, getting to raise kids who don't have disabilities, it's so fun to see them do things that you're
yeah,
like, oh my gosh. Like when my oldest stepson runs like a sub 18-minute 5K, and I'm like, buddy,
jeez,
keep going,
yeah,
and he's like, I'm gonna go to the gym and get stronger. And I'm like, yeah, you are, you
yeah,
know?
yeah. And that's kind of, I think, like that's kind of the cool part too, though, is like seeing it, and then also
Mhm.
like helping raise him in our world, essentially.
Yeah, yeah,
Like,
yeah.
it's like he's gonna grow up in our world where he views everybody the same, but like also accepts them for who they are.
Yep,
Like,
yep.
and not coming from like, I mean, I think what helped me was my uncle was born with cerebral palsy, and
Okay.
so like my grandpa was, he basically sued the state of Kentucky to try and get like equal access for a handicap, like basically the ADA. Like he helped with that stuff, so my uncle could go to the same school as my dad and
Yeah.
my aunt, and so that like, instead of being sent to, it was back when they were all sent to like a rehabilitation type school.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but so my grandpa did that. He kind of led the way for a lot of that and was part of. I don't know how. I know he's part of the like helping get the ADA going.
Yeah.
So that was pretty fun, like knowing like a little bit of history to see that. So like that's kind of what I want to continue doing. That's why I do what I do. Because if it wasn't for my grandpa, like I'd probably have lived well, I don't think I would have, but like a number of people who live a life of being kind of sheltered from everybody
Mm-hmm.
else. So it's
Yeah.
kind of cool to see
That's
it.
That's an amazing story, and I want to touch on that. I want to ask some more questions on that. We've got Aaron Hosnick watching us. I believe, Aaron, you're in Dubai, I think, seated
Jeez.
two. Amazing. Did you meet Aaron last year, Tim, at the games?
I'm sure I did. Like I just
Okay.
met so many new people that I'm just like trying to remember who all I met. It's
Yeah,
so hard.
he was giving Tom a run for his money on day one, and so it's fun to
Oh,
kind of
okay.
see him come
Yep.
back and see what'll happen there. Yeah.
Okay.
We've got Shelby Holloway commented, all in all, we're just happy that he's healthy. That's so true, Shelby. You know that, I mean, as a parent, I have one kid of my own, and going through that entire pregnancy with my wife, it was just that hope that, like, man, whatever happens, just a healthy baby.
Yep.
Michael Libby's watching, and then Esther from, I believe, the Netherlands is watching.
Yep.
Esther,
Okay.
good to see you as well. And Jocelyn just hopped in, Jocelyn Casker.
What's
Okay,
up?
so Tim, here's my question. You post a lot about your grandpa. I didn't realize that was part of the story because you
Yep.
always say like, you have such admiration for your grandpa, and to know that that's part of the story. So I can imagine then for him growing up as the dad. I'm doing the math right here. Yeah, the dad of a kid
Yep.
with a disability, to
Yep.
advocate for that kid, and then to have a grandson that also had was different. Like, I mean, just talk me through what he was like, your grandpa, as a person.
Like, have you ever seen the movie Big Fish
Yes,
with
yes, I
Ewan
love that
McGregor?
movie.
Like that story, like how that's kind of how my grandpa was. Like I watched that movie
Okay.
and I think of my grandpa. Like these exotic stories, like crazy, like there's truth to them, but like he just puts a little different spin on them of like to
Yeah.
make it like a little fantasize about it. But like that's kind of how he was. Like he would take us camping, like
Mm-hmm.
different places, and like when we go camping, like he was a teacher by heart, like by trade. Like that's what he did. He loved it. He was a teacher. Everything he did was like raising us to like learn different skills. So we'd go
Mm.
camping and like I just remember going to like Myrtle Beach, and we'd got up before this like right as the sun was coming up, right at dawn. And he's like, "All right, before the tide comes in, let's go make a putt course on the beach." And like we'd get to create our own putt course on the sand, and like it was like that type of stuff. Like he gave us like we'd always one thing we did have to do was keep a journal every day while we were on the road.
Oh my
And so
gosh.
like we'd write about our day. Then that was back when Polaroids were huge and like work better than they do today. But like we'd have a Polaroid, then we tape it on like on that page, so that way we have like the photo proof of it as
Mm-hmm.
well. And it's just like he taught us to use our imagination and just go with it. And
That's
like just
so.
it's like just thinking about it, like, it's what that's how I'm gonna be. I think I just know I'm gonna be that
Mhm.
same way.
Yeah. What a legacy and what a gift.
Yeah, so awesome.
Yeah. Wow. Wow. Thanks for sharing that, Tim. That's so
Yeah,
cool.
no problem.
Um, we've also got Roman watching, Kyle Harper watching, both gentlemen from South Africa. My friend Michael LeBlanc just joined. So funny story. My friend Michael, he's here in Tampa or here in the Lake Central Florida area. And
Okay.
he texted me and goes, "Hey, I was watching this documentary about this endurance race in Texas, and there was this guy with no legs who kept doing it." And I was like,
Oh
"Yeah,
yeah,
Mike Egan."
Mike
And he
Egan.
goes, "You know Mike Egan?" I was like, "Yeah, I know
Yeah.
Mike Egan."
Yeah, just a little bit.
Just a smidge. That was fun. Cowboy Dave is also watching. He's
All
heading
right, what's
to
up,
San
Dave?
Jose. Yeah, he's heading to San Jose in 6 days to start putting this
Jeez.
thing together. All right, Tim, I want you to throw on your coach hat. We've got
Okay.
Julia in the chat, Julia Swim, who is, I don't know if Swim is her last name, an ID athlete, and she's asking more descriptions about this workout. So, how would you describe this workout if you were coaching it in your class, the way the ascending rep scheme works?
The way the ascending rep scheme is, I just honestly, I'd tell everybody to take it slow, like nice and easy, because you'll get to that 10 reps, 10 calories, whatever. I don't know I know ours is like
Mm-hmm.
one, like, increases by a calorie every time, but also when you're using your arms only, it's
Yeah.
kind of nice. But that bike is going to be your brake essentially, because your
Yeah.
thrusters, you don't want to put that bar down. So that's how I'd coach it. Like especially when they get to the bigger one, I'd say take it nice and easy, make your transitions like a little slower, not jump from one to the other, because then you're just gonna not give yourself any time. But
Yep.
then also once you get to the higher reps, I would try and break it up as much as I can. Well, not as little as I can. I guess that's the best way to describe it, because you don't want to pick that bar up after you've done 15 thrusters and you have like another
Right.
10 to go. Like,
Yep.
so you don't want to set that bar down any more than you have to. So try and find a good strategy and
Yep.
just kind of go from there. I don't know if
Yeah.
anybody is going to listen to me in my class. I tell them things, but I watch them and I'm like, you didn't listen to me, so whatever.
I'm just going on broke until I die.
Yeah.
No, I think you're right. I think this is one of those workouts that like you have to pace your way into it. And
Yeah.
Kyle Harper's probably laughing at me right now, but you have to pace your way into it, because I think if you come out too hot, you're going to hit that round of 10 in, 3 minutes, and you're going to be sitting there going,
Easily.
well, I've got 6 more minutes of this. And
Yep.
you're going to like, people are going to get deep into this thing. The round of probably 18. I think if you're efficient on the bike, 18 to 20.
Yeah. I think if you
Yeah.
can get that bike going, get to a nice steady cadence on it, like once you get it moving, like the hardest calorie to get is that first one.
Mm-hmm.
I know for me, some like depending on the workout, if I jump on the bike with everybody else, like it takes me like 25 seconds to get that first calorie.
Okay.
So I'm just
Gotcha.
like, but after that, it's like 5, 10 seconds for the next call, like, to get them going.
Yep.
But
Yep.
I just sit there and I just watch that thing, and I'm like, come on, please, just give me the first one. Give me the
Right.
first one.
Like one of my rules on the Echo Bike is I can't look at the screen. Like
Okay.
if I look at the screen, all I look at is the RPMs. That's the
Okay, that's
only
fair.
number that I live or die by. Because I feel like if I start reading the cows, I'll just I'll get thrown off.
Yeah,
Um,
that's fair.
Julia was saying she's ID with CC, so I was just pulling that one up too. It's exactly
Okay.
the same as ID without CC.
Okay.
I think that's great advice, Tim. I think
Yeah.
Julia, if you have other questions about how this is going to work, though, let us know in the chat. Kyle Harper saying, yeah, you warm up into this workout. And my friend Michael, who does a little bit of CrossFit, says, with this workout, the only thing I'd be thinking about is what I'd say to the paramedic. Yes. Okay.
Yeah, it's fair.
Yeah, that's fair.
That's fair.
Oh man, that's good. That's good. Okay, so another thing that you also do, Tim, that we're not going to talk a whole lot about is you serve on the CrossFit Athlete Council as the adaptive rep, which I think I just want to let people know that exists. That's out there, the CrossFit Athlete Council. They actually have their minutes online. I didn't realize that until I Googled it. So if you're ever looking for some transparency in the CrossFit space about what they're talking about with their athletes and their reps, those minutes are online. You can read them and hear about decisions that they're making about divisional games and able-bodied games and strategic decisions. That was actually really interesting to read, that they do think critically about what works and what doesn't work.
Oh yeah. We've been we had a meeting on Thursday, and we started getting into talking about next year a little bit, next season, and how we want to kind of see that go. It's more for the age groups and able-bodied, like the quote-unquote elites, more so than us at the moment, just because we're totally like a completely different entity, essentially. Fall under the CrossFit space, but obviously Will Wad runs everything for us. But after the games, we'll start seeing a lot more information coming out and all that stuff. So, but I will say, pretty sure I'm allowed to say this. If I'm not allowed to say this, then Kevin can kick me when we get to San Jose. But
okay, deal.
The Community Cup, Wilwatt is going to do, like, we're actually going to have our own, like, we're going to follow the same workout scheme as everybody else, but we are going to have our own Community Cup. So we want to get as many people signed up for that in the month of August as we can.
Oh, that's awesome. So like a post game, kind of just
Like,
don't lose momentum, but kind of keep the community going in August.
Keep the community going. Yep. So it'll be like the whole month. However they do how CrossFit does like HQ does theirs for the whole community. We'll be doing our own. So it'll be cool to get some more people involved, like a less, tense and less pressure, just something to have fun with, and got a leaderboard, all that fun stuff. So
okay, that's awesome. That's awesome. So in a minute, I want to talk also about what you're going to be doing at the games, because I think it's going to be a little bit different because of how it all kind of shook out this year. But I also want to throw up another workout and get your opinion on it, and the community can sink their teeth into this one as well. It is our heavy lift. I probably don't even have to put it up on the screen because everybody knows what it is. But it is, where are we at here, Matt? Standing diagnose. Nope, we're just putting up neuromoderate. When in doubt, put up your own division. Here we go. Oh no, that was reboot. Dang it, I was going for the other one. Well, let's talk about reboot, because you actually did that one. Okay.
Yeah, I did that one yesterday.
Yeah,
that one hurt.
Tell me about it, because when I saw this one, I was like, ooh boy, ooh boy. Yeah.
Yeah. I think the hardest part is, I think what we've been trying, like I've been talking to a few people, and we don't understand, we don't understand yet. And we might find out at the games if, like, you start with burpees. So it's obviously 10 minutes is max cal on the rower, 10 minutes max cal on the ski erg after a 2-minute rest. But every 2 minutes, there's 10 burpees. So we weren't talking to Abby and talking to a few others. We aren't 100% sure if there's anything, if we start with the burpees. So like at 3, 2, 1, go. Do you do 10 burpees, then jump on the rower, or are you on the rower get as many calories as you can in those first 2 minutes, and then the burpees start then.
I think you start with the burpees.
I think so too. I did it the other way. I did it as like you start on the rower
Okay.
because I was as it'll be a different play, right? Like
Yeah.
that first go, you're like, I got to get as many as I can so I can get ahead because I know I'm going to be tired and exhausted the next after these burpees.
Mm-hmm.
So I played it as I'm going to get as many calories as I can, and then here come my 10 burpees after that. But then I think it actually makes more sense to do 10 burpees to start.
Yeah.
And then you get 100 burpees in the whole workout.
Oh, that's disgusting.
I
That is
know.
disgusting. So sometimes I play out like, oh man, if I, what would be my ideal version of this? I almost would prefer they were burpees over the rower, which I realize is a really distinct like 6'2" guy thing to say.
That is a very distinct 6'2" guy thing. 6'2" guys.
Because when I have to stand a burpee all the way up and they go open your hips and put your arms above your head, I'm like, guys, that's a lot of body to
That's a
move
lot.
up
Yeah.
and down. I'd much rather just keep my head down and jump over the rower, or
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know how I'd jump over the ski erg base,
No, it
but
would be kind of like the homely. That'd be hard.
yeah,
Be interesting to see how that one would work.
that'd be very, very interesting.
Unless you go, I mean, because you got to think they're going to be together, right? Ski erg and rower. It's not like they're going to be on different ends of the floor, so you could almost continue to do your burpees over the rower.
Yeah, that's true.
And, it's
Now,
still
do you think
there.
it's 2 scores? Do you think it's a 2-scored event?
I honestly think so. I would think so because it's 2 different implements. Like, just like what was the one that we did ski, but that row, like where you had to beat the fish or the boat.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
Like,
the pace boat.
because it was like 2. That was 2 different scores. Those 2 different scored events. So I bet it's the same as same as that one.
Yep. All right, we got a couple other people watching us in the live chat. I believe I called out Jocelyn Casker already, but we've got Ryan, CrossFit with Potts, who's watching. We got Hilton. Oh, I'm so sorry. I don't know your. I'm gonna mess up your name, but you're in Scotland watching as well. Anthony Monaco, Yo, it's Curly is watching. And then we've got a fun chat just going between a couple of athletes, just talking about how they're going to pace this workout, and the last one, just what it's going to go like.
Yeah.
So yeah, this would have been a fun one. I may test this one, but like I said, I just don't like burpees where I have to stand all the way up.
Yeah, it's definitely like a mental fortitude one, like because it's 20 minutes of rowing and skiing, so it's not like with some mild breaking in between. Like you just got to shut off your brain and like just look at the cows per minute. Like that's kind of what I look at on those, and like try to keep them at the same pace. So that way I'm not like, overshooting. I've noticed that when I turn away from the monitor, I start looking at something else, like my number starts going down.
Okay.
And so like just the way my brain, I don't know, my brain just works funky that way.
That's all right. I asked, do you have anything about the World Fitness Project? I know for a little while they were doing like a rec league for a little bit. They did one that went I know some adaptives signed up for it. They did one that they didn't put any adaptives in, which I think was just an interest thing. But have you talked to them anymore or kind of been in touch with them?
Not a whole lot. I know there were some people that were talking with some people to possibly get adaptives going. And I think what they just want to make sure they want to make sure, one, they do it right. And 2, that the world, like the WFP itself, like sustains success for an extended period of time, is like, which is totally fair. Like I don't think a lot of people don't want to jump into, like you start doing something, then you start getting bigger, like biting off more than you can chew, and next thing you know, like you're going downhill. And
totally, I don't think High Rocks added adaptive until they were, well into, building out their system, and then they threw adaptive in there. That makes sense.
So I think a lot of people tend to just like, you see it in like minor league, like look at minor league systems around the United States. Like we have 2 arena football teams. One's an indoor football, arena football, whatever you want to call it, and like both of them one's working okay, but the other one apparently is like struggling to be able to pay their players.
Oh wow. Okay.
So it's like they jump the gun like without realizing what they have to do. So I think that's kind of what we're seeing is the World Fitness Project wants to include us, because when I went out there, I was there for tour stop 2 last year in Mesa, right
Mm-hmm.
before finals. And everyone there was like, man, we can't wait to get you guys out here. Like, it'll be a
Mm.
good time. Like, we want to grow this thing. It's for everybody, not just like, the elite of the elites.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
I think they're ready to have us. It's just a matter of getting things situated to where they can.
Okay. Okay. Gotcha. David Piper commented that he's trying to watch this and a rugby match. Those of you who are outside the US are gonna have to tell me what rugby match is going on right now. I don't follow rugby. Do you follow rugby too?
I don't.
Okay.
It was one like I find it hard to watch sports that I don't understand the rules to.
Yeah.
Because as soon as I don't understand the rules, I'm like, I don't know why they're doing that.
Yeah. That
Like,
doesn't make any sense.
that makes no
It's
sense. Why
very
are you just
interesting.
running and sprinting down the field?
Yes. Yes.
Why do you have
Yeah.
to get rid
Yeah.
of the ball now? Like,
Why are you not wearing a helmet and like
yeah.
tackling each other? That looks very, very dangerous. Yeah.
My head hurts watching you guys right now.
Yes. Yes. Your friend John Falkenberg in the short stature division plays rugby. That was
Yeah,
something that was a ton of fun to
I
discover when I
forgot
was
about that.
interviewing him. Yeah. Yeah. So you are an athletic trainer for a hockey team.
Correct.
Tell me what you do for them. That's really cool. How'd you end up doing that? And is it an able-bodied hockey team?
So it's an able-bodied hockey team.
Okay.
We're essentially double A for the Maple Leafs, the
Oh,
Toronto
wow.
Maple Leafs. So we're 2 steps below the NHL, our league is, and I just love sports. I grew up watching sports. I grew up playing sports. Like, I just always wanted to be around sports, and when I realized that playing professional baseball was probably not in the cards for me,
Mm-hmm.
I decided, like, I tried to find other ways to be around the sport without being behind a desk the whole time. And so
Okay.
I chose athletic training, sports medicine, because I could be on the field, I could travel with the teams, I get to do all the fun stuff that they do, but also helping them, stay healthy, get back on the feet, ice or field, whatever, and, help them win and move on up to the next level.
Yeah.
And the hockey team in town, they've been around since '04, '05, technically. They took a couple years off to kind of renovate the arena and all this other, like, all that fun stuff. But
Mm-hmm.
been here ever since. And back in 2018, 2019, I filled in a couple games and kind of fell
Yeah.
in love with it and took off from there ever since.
Wow. And so your training, your degree is in like athletic training? Like you
Yep.
did that in college? Okay, cool. Yeah.
Got my bachelor's in athletic training, my master's in human development and leadership. And
Okay.
I don't know what that means. It was just a master's degree. There's no.
Well, I mean, leadership is much needed in our world,
Yeah,
right?
no, that's fair.
And I imagine that helps you in the many things that you do, including, this hockey team, but also all the
Yep.
advocacy you do in the space.
Oh
So,
yeah.
yeah. Well, let's talk about what you're going to be doing at the CrossFit Games this year. So it looks a little different this year because you're the only person in your division, which was really,
Correct.
I mean, I'll use the word unfortunate, and I don't mean that in a, like, to say it is a bad thing necessarily. It was a bummer to see that. But I think what's come out of it is really interesting. So tell us a little bit about that.
So obviously, like, we signed up. I registered to compete and be there at finals. And when the registration closed, was it back in June 20th or whatever day it closed. Um, Shannon reached out to me and told me, I was the only one who had registered. She gave me a couple options. I could show up and compete all weekend, but obviously competing on my own, like, I'd be in with a different group, like probably the women, on short stature women, maybe one or two other ones, just depending on the numbers. And then she told me I could stay home, and I was like, I don't
Would
really want
prefer
to stay
not.
home. I'd
Yeah.
prefer not to. Like, I do, obviously, with the baby on the way, like, that was a play. Like, that was the thought, like,
Hmm.
to be home and make sure everything's good and whatnot. But then the other option she gave me was to help provide like some color commentary, do some like on uh, on floor or off floor, behind the scenes type stuff with
Nice.
everybody, and kind of help draw some more attention, talk about it, and hopefully get more exposure for next year and get more
Mm-hmm.
people to help like start participating.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I know like a lot of it from this year is like cost. Like I mean, San Jose is not cheap,
Right.
but also like I think some of it too. A couple of the guys in my division forgot to submit scores throughout
Mm.
like the open, and obviously without submitting a score, you don't get to advance. So
Yeah.
I think next year fixing that, and just getting more eyes on it and attention to it, and hopefully this community cup helps draw some more too.
Yeah. Yeah. Just have some excitement of some workouts to do together, to post together,
Yeah,
to shit talk about together with your friends,
exactly.
like, in a WhatsApp group or that kind of thing.
Yeah, that's the best part. It's
It
like
is. It is the best
you
part.
get this is what I did for this one. Well, okay. Like I did it was a catalyst the other day,
Yeah.
last week I did that one, and I was like kind of surprised with how quick it went.
Oh,
And I
okay.
was like, it was a lot. It's a sprint for sure, but I talked to everybody, and they're all like, under 5 minutes is what they're shooting for. And I was like, all right, that's a good number.
And what'd you get?
3:30. If I could I can't string. If I could string chest to bar together, like I'd probably be would have been a little bit faster. I don't know how much faster, but that would have
Yeah.
helped instead of jumping up and down for 10 reps. Like,
Sure. Sure. Yeah.
it
No,
takes a
that's
lot
a
out.
that's a burn it down workout. That's gonna be fun to see on the floor.
Yeah, I can't wait to watch. Like doing it yourself, like obviously you're trying to push yourself, but also like you don't have someone pushing you next, like doing the same thing next to you. So
Mm-hmm.
like it'd be fun to do that one with other people and just try not to be the last one to cross the finish line.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. Exactly. We've got. Let's see here. We've got Captain Stephen North watching from Strainflex. Strainflex is the company that provides our rig every year and is a big partner of the Adaptive Games. Alex Brashears is watching as well. Sorry if I mispronounced your name, Alex. Oh my goodness! Wow, lots of talking today. Emily Kilpatrick is watching as well. Tim, I wanted to ask you about something related to the color commentary. So one thing that I distinctly remember from the CrossFit Games, I think it was in 2023, maybe, I'm watching the Adaptives go at the CrossFit Games. So it was like, just 30 athletes.
Yep.
And Tom Miazga was in the booth color commentating. And, Chase and Adrian are doing their normal thing, whatever. This person's here, whatever. And then Tom goes, yeah, look at their legs right there. That spasticity is really starting to set in. And I'm like, yes, that's it. And he goes, yeah, and their central nervous system is probably getting fried right now. And I was like, that is what our sport needs, right?
Yep.
People, nothing against Jeremy and Bill. I love what they do every year. And if we could have one of us up there doing that color commentary who knows a little bit more, maybe even has an ATA certification or, that kind of thing to talk about this is what's actually happening in their bodies. Or for an athlete with limb deficiency, this is the way they're having to move and adapt to do that.
Oh, yeah. That's like that's exciting. There's other things I've thought about, so I'm going to have to do a little bit more studying just to make sure I'm on top of it. Like, obviously, I've got a bit of time, but not a whole lot, but enough time to be able to do some more studying. I do have my ATA.
Nice.
I just need to go and review it. It's been almost 2 years now since I last reviewed it, so I have to go back in and check it out and get all that information, just so that way I sound smarter than I actually am.
Nice. Yeah. I bet you could reach out to Alec or to Jenna or anybody in that team and be like, hey, I'm doing color commentary. Give me a refresher on some, some big ideas kind of thing. I'm excited to hear your color commentary, though. I think it's going to be just so distinct, especially when short stature's going, the women, but also like for the other people that are just your friends, that their stories, that you're going to be able to tie that in. So
I'll
Ryan
have to.
Keller also said that there are only 9 dudes in standing diagnosed, so you are welcome to join the standing diagnosed boys if you want to.
I'll just watch you guys do the heavy lifting, and I'll just hang out.
Yeah. Yeah. I'll just let you guys do what you guys do. All right, Tim, one other thing about you that I think is really interesting that actually a lot of people in our community share, but probably not everybody knows, is you have your L2. And a
I do.
lot of people in our community have their L2, and a couple of us have our L3s, not me. But Kristen Kenny just got her
Yep,
L3.
I saw that.
So what was that process like for you, like going to an L1, going to an L2, being a part of those seminars?
So the L1 I ended up doing online, just the way my schedule worked out. I was in season, so I was like, I just want to get this done. Um, I don't think what a lot of people also know is that back in the 22, 23 seasons, when most of us were doing our seasons ended virtually, like after the Open and semifinals. On top of like part of our prize pack was getting an L1 or L2 course paid covered. So that
Oh,
was like
wow.
until I got my L1 and well both of them, my L1 and my L2, was by winning the games and then getting my um, prize pack, that included in my prize pack. But my L1 I did online just because of the like I couldn't travel to go, like everything was too far away to get to
Mm-hmm.
one. But then my L2 worked out perfect because we ended up, like, my gym ends up hosting an L1 and L2 because they like the way our gym is set up or whatever. And like
Okay.
we're like, you can see downtown Cincinnati from our gym. So it's
Mm.
like we're right downtown pretty much, and then there's a lot of stuff to do and easy access, airports easy to get in and out of. So but we ended up hosting it, and I was like, this is perfect. I have to go. And then
Yeah.
I've
Yeah.
never been so humbled in my life. Like, workouts have humbled me, but this
Mm.
time, like, I just was like, I don't, I know what I'm doing, but like, you made me feel like I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Like when it comes to coaching.
yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, hey, I know, I'm done. I quit. I don't want to do this anymore.
Yeah. Yeah. I remember during my L1 when you're doing the med ball cleans, although I guess you did your L1 virtually, but you're doing the med ball cleans and the sit-ups,
Yep.
and he's like, give him a cue. And I'm like, I see it, but I don't know how to say it. And he goes, you say it, you gotta say it. And I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't know if I want to do this. Yeah, that was
Yeah,
fun.
that's pretty much how the L2 went too, except
Yeah.
it felt so
Nice.
much. I was like, I'm I'm really bad with names, I'll say that. Like, and I think that kind of plays into how I coach. Like,
Okay.
if I know a name, like I can call someone, like I can say, hey, like do this, like so and so do
Hmm.
this, hey Matt, do this, try it this way. And then versus like, hey, you over there in the back with the black t-shirt, do
Do
this
this. Yeah,
instead.
that's funny. That's funny. Okay, good, good, good. Okay, so we have Coach Cowboy Dave sitting in the studio right now. We're gonna bring him
Uh-oh.
in. Tim, you all
Uh-oh.
right talking with Dave for a little
Yeah, oh
bit?
yeah.
Okay, cool, cool,
Let's
cool.
do it.
Let's do it. What's up, Dave?
What's
Oh,
up?
what's up, Dave?
Tim, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Are you ready to commentate it this year?
Yeah. I don't get to yell at you though. That's kind of the sad part. I yell
You
at
can
you about appeals.
you can still yell at me. It'll just be a different yell.
Yeah, that's fair. Dave!
Yeah. Bring me water. I need help.
I need help.
And don't worry. I will bring you whatever you need.
Awesome. I appreciate that.
That's funny. Dave, you are getting ready in just 6 days to head out to San Jose.
Yeah, I leave next Friday. We'll be flying out there early, and then Saturday is the big setup day.
Okay.
For as far as like getting the floor laid out, putting up all the rigs that we need, setting up the warm up area, and kind of getting things organized.
Okay.
Okay.
Wow. Yeah, if you guys want to go back and watch the episode Dave and I did where he actually laid out kind of what that layout's going to look like in
Oh,
San Jose,
nice.
it's pretty cool. There's going to be 4 floors, right? 2 for teens and then 2 for us.
So it's all one main competition floor area,
Okay.
and we're merged with the teams. So the schedule is going to be where we kind of go all at the same time, but not really in different heats.
Oh, wow.
Gotcha.
That's really cool.
Okay.
I
But
can't
like
this
can't
that.
year
imagine that, but that's going to be a ton of fun.
there is I mean, our warm up area is like 6 times the size it was last year.
Okay,
I want to say it's like 13,000 square feet for a warm up area this year.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
So
jeez.
yeah, the venue is
Dang.
great.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Not just tucked away in some random
Yeah.
conference room.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, I will miss the chandeliers of last year.
Yeah.
Oh, those look so dope in the photos.
Yeah,
Like
for
they really
sure.
did. Like, yeah.
It
Dave,
made me
how
think
long?
of those early college
Go ahead, Tim.
basketball tournaments down in like Puerto Rico where they do them in the conference rooms. You're just like, here's this random chandelier.
Yep. Dave, last year I think your set was like 10 days or something like that. You were there like 10 days early to do your setup. So this year it looks like it's 3 or 4 because masters are going to be in there on Tuesday. Is that right?
Yes. So we have a much bigger team this year that is getting
Okay.
things set up
Makes sense.
with the 3 divisionals all in the same spot. So instead of being like 5 or 6 people setting up everything, it'll be like 30 or 40. So we'll be able to get stuff
Gotcha.
done a lot faster.
Nice.
Okay. That's
That
super cool.
helps.
Dave, I'm excited to have you with us. Your connection's a little funky right now. So I'm going to say adios for right now. And we'll have you on at another time to talk more about kind of getting ready. Maybe next Saturday, even from San Jose, if you're available. We'll be live next Saturday, even just for a brief second to hop on and give us an update.
Can you hear me pretty decent?
Yeah.
Well, for everybody that's watching, I'm going to do the same thing I did last year. I'm going to try to update everybody as much I can on my social media. So
Awesome.
stay tuned on that for kind of like the setup. Leslie and I will actually fly out together from Raleigh. So there'll be some stuff of us getting the rental car and figuring out where we're going and whatnot. So it'll be
Oh,
fun.
I can't wait to watch that one.
I love that, dude. All right, Dave, thanks for all the hard work you're going to be putting in over the next like 10 days.
Appreciate
You're
it,
going to be
Dave.
busting your ass, man.
Of course. I'm super excited to see everybody. So
Same.
Yep.
Same.
All right, Dave.
Good times.
See you later, man.
See y'all.
Bye, Dave.
All right. So we've got Russell Almendinger watching. Rachel Martyr is watching as well. Rachel's in short stature, I believe.
Correct.
Yep.
She is.
Yep. And then Daniel Lotz is watching as well. Neuro major, I believe. So yeah, great group of people still watching the show.
I like it.
Yeah. So Tim, I think it is going to be exciting being behind the scenes. You behind the scenes. I'll be behind the scenes doing stuff with the podcast.
Awesome.
Just I'll be there getting stories and little mini interviews and probably doing like live update shows like in the evenings. Maybe I could see something like that. Yeah,
that'd be
people
really
coming
cool.
on if they want to. Yeah.
I think that's something we've not really had a lot of. You watch the elites. We'll call them the elites just because that's a lot easier to say than able-bodied all the time.
Yeah.
But watching the elites, they always have those. Yeah, a meme for time. Like he's huge for us. Like the adaptive side. Like he loves to come hang out with us. He loves to show tell our stories, and then make the internet hate him for a couple of days, because he thinks everyone thinks he's making fun of us, and it's like
right.
We're literally jumping in on the fun. So calm down.
Right. And he's like, I got you, because what I'm getting is engagement out of this. So
yep, exactly. Yeah. So, I mean, we've had him, but you see all the other people that follow the elites around, and it's just we're gonna hopefully some of those guys come over and watch us and talk to us, and we get more eyes that way, like people who would never have otherwise seen us.
I thought two of the most beautiful things that happened in the last 2 years was obviously Con Porter is a good friend of Jordy's, and so Con is around. But then Sam Dancer being there last year. And really engaged. It was so cool.
Yeah, I think he runs a huge adaptive program. Especially with the intellectual division. A lot of that was really cool. I didn't realize that I didn't know he was part hanging out with us until after the fact. I'm like, oh, that's sick.
I'm so weird that sometimes I will just see somebody go, oh my God, is that, I will just say their name out loud. So when I the first day in 2024 in San Antonio, we walk into a CrossFit gym, my coach and I, and we're in line getting, paying our drop-in fee or whatever. And the guy in front of me, I go, Con Porter? And he just turns around and he goes, hey, mate. And I'm like, wow, oh my God, it's amazing. And I never introduced myself. He's like, what's your name? It's like, oh, right. Sorry.
Oh yeah, I should probably do that. Yeah, I'm the same way.
Yeah.
I get so much shit for people telling me that I don't introduce them, and I'm like, I thought you guys knew each other already. Sorry, like my bad.
Right.
Can't
Exactly.
believe you didn't know each other yet. First time
Nice.
meeting.
Tim, have you been doing the massive action takers? Roderick's
Yeah,
little
I've
group.
been
Okay.
in that group. Yeah,
What's
I
that?
follow along and
Yeah,
occasion
tell me a
like
little bit about that. I did a 7-day trial and it just wasn't for me with kind of my work schedule and kind of the time I could commit. But what's it been like?
uh I think kind of the same. I'm in like same boat as you. Like obviously, like this isn't my whole life. Like I
Mm-hmm.
think creating content isn't my whole life. I do have stuff outside of the obviously the CrossFit space. Um, but like what's been nice is like he's been telling like he's gives a lot of good positive feedback like of
Mm-hmm.
hey like I took this reel, obviously you collaborated on it, so that's helping, but also like you're doing like it took off. And what do you think changed? And I was like, well, obviously the collaboration, but also here's this side of things where this is part of life that people want to see. Like everyone know
Mm.
he one thing he's mentioned is like obviously everybody knows you're a CrossFit athlete. Like
Mm-hmm.
so they don't want to see workouts every day because that's boring. He's like, but also like, maybe create a reel at the end of the week of like with some mashups of all your different workouts throughout the week, but
Mm.
also keep things real. Like take for instance, yesterday, I posted maybe the timing of it was a little wrong, but I posted my reel from Reboot and I got like
Okay.
10 likes, like not much viewership. But then later on in the day, like we went and got an ultrasound done, and I had the ultrasound tech was able to get a picture of my son with his eyes open. I
Yeah.
posted that, and here's 200 likes. I'm
Yeah.
like, mind blowing that now this is no longer a CrossFit account. It's a
It's a life account.
baby. It's a life account, which is
Yeah.
exactly what I want it to be. Like I want people to see that we can do the same things over and over.
Mm-hmm.
But it's good. It's been good so far. Like I think something happened to where people thought we were somebody else, like part of
Mm-hmm.
the Seven Little Johnston show, and
Yeah.
a couple of our pictures blew up, like our posts blew up, and then all of a sudden I got like an extra 500 new followers, and I'm like,
Oh my gosh.
you guys don't know me, and I'm not who you think I am, but hey, here's my t-shirt. Here's a link to buy my t-shirt so that I can go and do other things and have some fun.
Right. Like you see that
Like,
something happened was viral, and are you like, how do I like leverage that in some
exactly.
ways? Yeah. Yeah.
So
That's
I
cool.
was like, I'm
That's
gonna
cool.
do this and see what happens. If people buy it, great. If they don't, oh well.
Mm-hmm.
Like maybe someone else will see it later on down the road, and here
Yeah.
comes a couple $100 later on.
Yeah, for sure. Well, I love that as kind of an ending point for our conversation because I think when we started this conversation, I was sending you the text last night that was like, hey, here's what we want to talk about. I was kind of
Yeah,
like, let's not make it all CrossFit because CrossFit's cool, but it's also a little
it's
boring after
also
some time.
yeah,
Let's
exactly.
get to know Tim. Let's talk about life and that kind of thing. And I think Roderick is helping so many of us kind of see that
Oh yeah,
the importance of that, right? That it's more than just the workout highlight reels. It's
yeah,
also that, and it's who am I as a person, and then connecting that story, hopefully, eventually, to sponsorships and to things like
exactly.
that to make
And
impact.
that's obviously the end game for all of us. I think, especially if we want to continue competing, or even just like yeah, doing just life in general, helping others. Like that's what I was like. That's what at the end of the day, my ultimate goal I think is to be able to help others and realize one their potential, and two like do the things that they want to do.
Mm-hmm.
Like what that looks like, I don't know yet because I'm still figuring my stuff out. But you know, like you coming, like you creating this podcast, like to help me get other people on here and get their voices out. Like that's a huge thing. Like I
Yeah.
think that's something taken kind of for granted uh, for a lot of us is that we have this space and a lot of people haven't utilized it yet or don't
Mm.
know that they can utilize it.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, thanks, Tim. I appreciate you being here today.
Yeah,
I
thanks for
appreciate
having me.
You're welcome. You're welcome. I appreciate the energy and the attitude that you bring into this space too. It was just a joy to talk with you, and I can't wait to see you in San Jose.
Yeah, well, what time? When are you getting there?
I'll get there Tuesday, the 21st.
Tuesday. I'll be there Wednesday, or yeah, Wednesday. I get in on Wednesday.
Okay.
So,
Cool. Awesome,
all
dude.
right.
I'll see you,
See
man.
you, man.
All right. Bye.
Bye.
All right, guys, that was Tim Murray, and that was our conversation about the workouts coming up for the Adaptive Games, what he's doing at the Adaptive Games. He'll be doing color commentary, and he'll be doing some behind-the-scenes stuff as well. A couple of things I want to make sure that you guys know about as we're kind of wrapping up today. One, the Adaptive CrossFit Games, if you're not going or you are someone who just isn't an adaptive athlete but want to watch it, will be happening Friday, July 25th. July 25th to July 27th in San Jose, California. You can watch it on the Wheelwad YouTube channel. You'll be able to see it there. We'll be doing live shows from the event. I'll be doing little interview reels on Instagram, similar to what I did for Sea Dog. I probably won't be covering a ton of workouts though, like showing live workouts, because you can watch that stuff on YouTube. I'll probably be doing more athlete interviews and the stuff that you can't get on YouTube. Okay. So that's going to be the angle that I'm going for. If you requested a card and a sticker for the Adaptive Athlete Pod, check it out, guys. We got new stickers. Wait. Oh, look at those. They're so good. And the color, like if you got one of the old ones last year, that color was just eh. Now, it was my sister's idea. We're in Vegas, and she goes, Matt, do you have stickers? I'm like, no, I don't have stickers. She goes, Matt, we're in Vegas. We can get stickers. So we got stickers at the last minute, but the color is so much better. They're great. If you requested a sticker and a card, all of those have been sent out. Hopefully you get it in time for the games, and that note of encouragement as well that is in there. We'll have Cowboy Dave on at some point later, closer to the games next Saturday, perhaps. We will do a live show next Saturday as well. Two other things I want to tell you about. One, I'm going to the Adaptive Climbing Fest in October. It's October 16th to the 19th. It's in Kentucky. If you've ever been interested in rock climbing, para rock climbing, it's taking off. It's going to be at LA 28. There's a lot of really cool para climbers that are on Instagram. Andrea Wilson's done it a little bit. Megan Gleason, who was on the podcast, has done it. Some other cool people are Mo Beck and Nat Varel. They're Paralympians who do this. In Kentucky, October 16th to 19th. Look at the Adaptive Climber Fest. I'd love to see you out there while I'm out there. I'm going to go out there with my friend Aaron that I actually met through a forum when I was starting to do starting to do CrossFit with CP, and talking to him about that. So he's going to be out there. We'll do a couple of live shows out there as well. And then the second announcement I have forgotten. So that's going to have to be where we wrap up for today. Guys, I appreciate, I remember what it is. We've got an episode dropping Tuesday of next week with Emma Hood, a Vision athlete who is also a rookie. I'm excited for that conversation. She was a ton of fun to talk to. Emma Hood, her episode will be going out on Tuesday. Guys, I'm so excited for you in joining me for these Saturday live shows from all over the world. It really does just blow my mind, the reach of this podcast, the reach of this community, how far it gets, how many lives it's impacting. So if this live show was great, find it on YouTube, share it with a friend, just get the word out there, share a podcast episode that really connected with you with a friend. Spread the word. Okay. I'll see you in San Jose. I can't wait. I'll have stickers. I'll have a camera. I want to get your story. If you haven't been on the podcast, come find me. Okay. I want to get to know you and tell your story and put it out there for the world to learn more about you, so that hopefully at some point you can connect that story to a sponsorship or to someone in your community who needs to know that you're out there and that other adaptive athletes are out there. Hey, thanks so much for joining us today. I'm Matt Hotho, and I will see you guys next time. Boop, boop.